Good evening, everybody. I'm the Sith Trader. Welcome to another Globex ForceSweep. Market itself definitely a little bit of a gap up, and then kind of a decent little pullback here to start the session. Basically, 100 points straight down. It's given us a decent range. I did the highs right now for the session are aligning with that old high from the Friday's day session. There's also, I'd say a bit of a trend line up that we've been consolidating against here. Watching that those loose ledger power dynamic between those levels as well. Not to say that, hey, a break of these lows and sweep lower is impossible, but to Sunday night, let's be careful. Don't want to start the week off in a hole. But to trading a little $3 $500 personal account that's up to $1,600. But hey, that's just the way that works. I'm just over a multiple for no big deal. Nothing crazy there. It's the final days of that 50% off at Lucid. Definitely check that out if you haven't yet. They're kind of my top futures prop firm right now. Well, a little bit of a review up reaction here in the first 10 minutes. It's not a trade I'd do to take on a Sunday night, but okay, if we get it. You get a reaction here, I think it's worth paying attention to. Man, my Ninja Trader's freezing up. That's obnoxious. That just disconnect from. So if I can't fix that. But yeah, I don't know what's going on here. We're Reboot Ninja. Maybe that will help. Yeah. Alright, so it's not just you. Is it just you? Or it's not just me, right? Like that stuff's frozen for everybody. That's really obnoxious. It's gonna make me maybe not want to trade tonight. Which is weird because I guess it's a Ninja, it is a Ninja Trader live account too though. But that's obnoxious. Well, and I don't like trading when there are issues. It's kind of funny, like every time I refresh this historical data, it works, but like I'm afraid to take a trade because of it. Kind of a big question mark on what to do tonight when stuff's like that. I mean, I'm obviously gonna still call it the ForceSweep and talk about it, but actually trading, I don't know. Every time I have to reload of historical data and it works, it updates, but I'm not gonna sit here going Control-Shift-R, Control-Shift-R. I don't know if any like it's stuff. I'm gonna check elsewhere, see where it's being recorded. Yeah, it's like Trader logins on Ninja Trader, right? Which means Ninja Trader logins on Ninja Trader 2, which is actually what I have as well. So like, I'll show you guys. It works. Like, I'm afraid to place a trade because I don't know where it's going to show as filled, right? But let me show you here. If I go, right, reload historical data, it updates. But I gotta keep doing reload historical data. Every time I do it, that turn off like updates, but yeah, it's a little conferring. And what's really annoying about these types of situations is like, haven't announced it anywhere, like on Twitter. I'm pulling out Twitter to check myself. No, of course not. There's no announcements. It's just unprofessional. Just unprofessional. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you all to do. I mean, it seems like execution and trades would work, but you gotta reload this historical data every few minutes, and that's not a great sign for me. I don't know. I'm gonna err on the side of not trading, perhaps, until they fix this. But again, it's always like a gamble, because we're trading with a prop firm, will they honor busted out trades and issues? That's no way to go about things, so you should never plan on a bailout in trading. Never trade thinking you're gonna get a bailout. Yeah, so can we give it seems like Trader logins, and that includes anything that goes through the Trader gateway, which is including any Ninja Trader login. It seems to be frozen. The data comes through if you reload historical data here in Ninja, but it's not coming through in real time. You're getting a snapshot of the data at that moment in time. which is great, I guess, because, hey, TradingView is working, so we can at least see it there. I'm curious if I were to log in to TradingView. Like, what are you trading from TradingView? Excuse me. Log into TradingView through TradingView and see if the data would still work, because TradingView is obviously the data straight from the exchange. I don't know if they use your SCM data gateway when giving you data. Okay, so let's just get back to analyzing what's going on. Last couple of days, we basically closed up in above the Globex session DWAPs, and pretty strongly, and I would make the argument that I favor upside continuation here. And breakout of today's 10-minute opening range high, like that's a clear breakout of the overnight or the resistance here into the end of the day. And then you got kind of an upside target, 100 points above. So there's a very good chance we'd get a nice break at this level, and then drag that VWAP up, and then a retest of the VWAP, or then a run at the highs. That would be ideal in just terms of the structure we held into Friday. Everything would kind of make sense, and I wouldn't feel bashful about taking the long in that situation, I suppose. Getting it short here, obviously bringing below the 10-minute orb would also kind of break this trend line we're holding in bodily up with, which, okay, and you'd be below yesterday's VWAP, Friday's VWAP, so we're not going to be trying to pick a side here ahead of time, right? But I also am not very keen on the Trade Evade or the Ninja Trader. Actually, I don't even know if I can place an order here. Let's just see if it works. Placing a buy limit kind of down there. And then, yeah, it seems to be going through for all my, and even in the NQ. So as the orders are going in, I'm feeling okay, although, canceling the orders is not working. Oh, there's no market data available to drive the simulation engine. There's what I'm going to go trade on tonight. Actually, now I'm curious if I went, no, because this is still an issue in Trade Evade itself, which means if I was to log in Ninja, it wouldn't work. Like Ninja's stock. Well, well, let's just to see how things play out here. Hopefully, Trade Evade fixes their shit. But until then, we've got a 10-minute open range that isn't broken anyway. Nothing to do and hang tight until that happens. When it does, we'll have a lot more to obviously discuss and do. But let's see if we can take a trader all because Trade Evade is basically down, right? This is funny. Never been in a situation where the stream is just dead, right? Trading me, Trade Evade seems fine. That's interesting. It's a little worried to put in orders and stuff because of that whole data simulation, whatever. But I'm gonna try to disconnect again and reconnect to these accounts. Oh, seems you're back up and working. At least Ninja Trader's live connection does, so let's connect my other accounts now. And I'm back. We're back. Okay, good. Good. It looks like whatever issue is resolved. I just reloaded, logged back in. But they are moving again, so that's good stuff. We're gonna have a trade here that I will be willing to take now because of this native CBD, which is a little weird, given we basically gapped up what we've been. Like, it's not a bad negative. It's like negative, maybe 100 to 35 there, right? So it's like, well, negative 400. But okay, that was in that downdraft. But we pushed the highs of the day. You want to see this go positive. CBD go at the, not the end of the world, but in the past it has been a kind of a red flag but it doesn't go for you. Gonna be making steak sandwiches tonight, so you guys have all seen those before, though. Ooh. Still waiting on a break of our 10-minute opening range. Highs up there at 30,440. Lows down here at 30,625. I'm actually tempted to buy the view up here with a pushback to highs, but you know what? I'm going to do so. Just not my funded accounts. Well, maybe not. That negative CBD has been worried. And I want to get too cute. Yeah. Well, taking the trade in my evals, only risking 1R. And I like what I'm seeing here in terms of, I don't like what I'm seeing right now, but this pushed down 200 contracts, 120 contracts, and it came right below. We'll see what happens here. Well, that's a good take so far. Stops at break even. I need to probably if I stop there at 1375. Yep. It's gonna come and get me, but in case it doesn't, I need to lock in those gains. I was a little sloppy here. Probably should have taken on the Lucids. But I'll get to what I was seeing here in a minute, and then we'll talk about the ForceSweep trade that could happen here for us. Alright, well, good start to the day. Quick 10-point skill. Probably should have closed it out for, well, a little bit more than 10 points. Okay, so what did I do there? We had this push down below the VWAP, consolidation below. Then we started to come back above, and I favored the upside today. It's a little bit of a... oh man, they got me, and I should have found on. It was a little bit of a sloppy take on my part, because I tried to actually get my little lucids in, but that's okay. With all that being said, what I saw here was a push down, this big volume trade into the VWAP, and it just basically just stopped. It deaded its tracks, came in, looking for a sweep back to highs. I kind of got stopped out trailing. We're going to get back to the regular ForceSweep and our regular scheduled broadcast here. Because we do have a potential break of the orb going to be coming in here. There'll also be a break of this prior, kind of overnight highs, whatever. And then, a traditional ForceSweep to then look at and look to take. So let's see what happens. Yeah, no ForceSweep. Yeah, and profit is profit. That was kind of a forced push, the concept where you're below the VWAP or above, and then you reverse the VWAP, and then test it, and then do a hot. Basically, it's like almost like there's a smaller ForceSweep somewhere here that just happened, right? Or conceptually, it tried to break lower, it couldn't get above the VWAP, test the VWAP, and now you're gonna swing back to highs. Alright, everyone, we're about to get that opening range break higher. Well, pushing against the highs of the day. I want to see that pop above that area. Push up to like 460, 470. Then come back down for the VWAP and then go would be nice. Something now. That'll for me. I've never heard of an Epicuro, but I've heard of Curo, which is a wine from like the Mendocino Valley region. I've got a friend who owns actually a vineyard out there. The Barricos. Vertical wine, they made one of my favorites there. Turo, which is a blend from that valley, it's pretty darn good. It's heavier on the Zin side, which I like, but then fan like that pepperiness. Give me something that's smashed in the face, right? Oh my god, I'm never deleting X ever. Damn, this is some of the funniest stuff I'm seeing tonight. Got it. So throwing real wine. Did it. I love California Reds. Wow, no break of the high there yet, which makes me believe, man, we do break the highs. It could get kind of interesting here. Positive VWAP, or I'm sorry, positive for CDD though, forming. waiting for that 10-minute opening range break. I have faith it's coming. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised to see a quick move up to 40, 30, 40, 60, 70, 80, 80. And stay below. It would be nice if it stayed below this high from Friday, just because, one, it'd be speedy and so stretched out, and then price. It'd be a very big pullback into the VWAP. Not that can't happen, but it gives us a liquidity target up here at this high to go after if the market so chooses, to set up and something up into that. Just making myself aware of other levels, the bigger picture. Get too dialed in on 1 minute for 10-minute opening range break, you can lose focus on the bigger picture. I have to look here, SoCal. I'd have to look real quick. Not that that's not an area that I'm totally familiar with in terms of like, oh yeah, that's my favorite out that one out that way. But the more than likely vineyard I do enjoy out that way that I just can't put my finger on right now. But I will get back to it, that question. Well, here's the attempt at an opening range break. A bit of a head fake so far, just a tap into it. I'd like to see more than that. Mainly because these other highs here worry me. And the whole range from Friday takes you down, 100 points lower. Hunt's gonna be killer if it pulls back into the view up and bounces, and I'm like, a little widget because of that, but let's see what happens. Give it a second here. I think it's gonna take another run at that high. Although it is looking a bit like a failed auction up there for the moment, let's see what happens. Oh, term support down to 24, so we'll see. Come on, give us that push. Cheat up to 60 or something. It's wanting to. It wants to. It's going to be fast if it does. Got a hunch in the next 5 minutes or so. We're going to see that play out just for us. Oh, so far it's not. Well, maybe you will. Maybe you will. Oh my god, just go. So then go and then give me the pull pack. Come on, give me the clothes above. Make it easy on us tonight. Well, I'm afraid if it goes, it's just gonna start going and keep going, right? But hey, that's the nature of the game. It's the beast, we don't know for certain, we just gotta wait. Pretty for you to break this though. Yeah. It's the last 5-minute close, and so under me. 15-minute candle, then a little wiki. 1 hour candle, so you just get stopped in its tracks. Nothing to do but wait. Oh, baby. It's definitely a little bullfight until it's not here. See if it goes. We're gonna have a trade to take if it can. Come on. I'd love to see it close above that. Yeah, this line, but at the end of the day. Oh. Think it's gonna do it here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, come on. There's 5-minute candles turn out to be a doji high. Is not a good look. Tell you what, music is a little drab, is it not? They're pulling back. Shit. I mean... Maybe it's gonna go down for us. Nope. Maybe not. I kind of was anticipating and still am. It's still kind of anticipating this 5-minute candle, trying to do it. Man, they are just taking their time, aren't they? We shall see. It's got 30 seconds. Could easily get a quick 10-point bid. Give us the close above. That hurt. Not beginning to talk about the other things on my mind right now. Things I might consider, but I don't want you to put the cart before the horse. Get them right above and then not worry about it, right? Okay, here it might be coming. Guess it's in the following 5-minute candle, perhaps. Come on, get that burst. You know it wants to. And oh, it's like running into a wall. It just needs to go. Come on, give me the close above, like the solid close above. Just forget, you know, like, I hate seeing this wall of resistance. Not to say you can't pull back, hold the view up, and then go again. It's just like, you know. It's easier when it's a much cleaner. Okay, I think we're going to get that much cleaner break now. That's a close above. Right, I prefer the close above that other line here, but that is a close above. We can count that for the time being. Again, I prefer the close above that 48, 47 area, but like, still, again, it's still kind of one of those lulls. I much would rather 5-minute close or 15-minute close up there too, I guess. Right, which again, we're coming up on right now. All right, the next 2 minutes, if we can close up there like 50, 54, that'd be awesome. And then pull back, give us it, and then it could signifies it. Actually, we go then, like, you wonder if it even stops. You know, at the high target might be a low, maybe a very small amount. But all things considered, we're picking up where we left off on Friday. And I gotta start putting this out there. They won 155 ticks so far. Puts it at a kind of like a 2-hour trade. Trade accordingly, cut that size in half perhaps, right? You don't need to trade crazy tonight. In fact, I mean, we don't have to, I'm not convinced the high of the day is set here. I think we might still push yet, but as I was saying, there's a new high of the day. But ideally, like, honestly, at this point now, it's almost like burst up. Drag the VWAP up to test, basically D-back at this high of day, 10-minute orb level, orb high level. Alright, and then you got major confluence, like, which I would consider taking that, especially in hey, as of late, we've been needing to kind of watch that anchored VWAP from the lows of the day at this point, so I'm going to throw that on the chart. But here is that push up to 60s, kind of wanting to give us a solid breakthrough of all the, all that resistance from Friday. Sure, yeah, I'm sure the market's going to kind of go here without pulling back, so to speak, and leave us looking silly somehow that we're out long, or I'm not net one it took earlier. But that's okay. It is time to talk about putting that trade back out there, though. That's for sure. But as we do have a 10-minute opening range break, you do have a high of the day as target. You do have a VWAP that is rising steadily. And now I wanted to chop around up here and bring the VWAP up to 40. But now I'm going to shut up. We're going to let the market do its thing. I mean, we need to extend a little further for it to bring the VWAP up there. Which if it does, it does, right? Like, shit. There we go. How TradingView has a hotkey to change what chart it is with up and down. If you're not selecting a drawing, but when you select a drawing, it, God. Well, like a millennial boomer when it comes to some of this stuff. I'm not a boomer, but feels that way sometimes. Ooh, 241. This is definitely a big one. It's one that I might consider to scalping. Off of, right? Like, I only want to make 80 ticks. We're probably going to make it off of this, but 3 times that, you got to take your size down with an immense risk that the entire trade represents. 2 things you can manage. It's 3. This is like 13. This is like 413 is my entry. And rising. We have 14s for now. It's because I know it's not gonna matter here in a sec as we are continuing to press highs of the day. Let this stuff set up and see what happens. Keep adjusting that chart. CBD is now positive, almost as positive as it was negative on the day. Stupid guy. That my father came in, just woke up from his nap. You got it? Want to say hi to everybody? Say hi. He's waiting. It doesn't conceptualize streaming yet. Yeah, limiter set for me too here. Everyone, we're just waiting for the market to pull back and trade into it. Definitely gonna be a chill ForceSweep type evening. $14.75's for my level right now. I'm running about 2 ticks. I am going to be watching that base or that anchored view off from the lows. They're like at the same level right now, so I'm not really worried about it. But I'm going to be watching that as we pull back into things. Just because it's been the last few days in sessions, it's been a level that has that's mattered. It's actually traded on reactions, and in some cases you could have had a whole trade out of it before the full VWAP traded. At this point, when they're aligned like this, that's ideal. Just pull back into both of them right now so there's no question. Bang. Oh, yeah. Well. You like this song? Gonna teach this kid to trade one day. Yeah, you're gonna be the best trader ever. Ah. Oh, ah.
Something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here I am, 'cause I've been laying under palm trees, waiting for the summer, knowing there's nowhere to go. 'Cause I am happy on this island, wanna be my funland. I don't ever want to leave, I'm in a tropic club.
Those of us that are just joining us, a 10-minute. 1 second, little pal. The 10-minute opening range has broken to the upside. We also tip out that high of. Alright, sorry that my toddler's with me in here today. For those that are just joining us, the 10-minute opening range broke. We broke above this resistance high that was trading into the end of the day on Friday. We still have an upside, and I would just call this like our liquidity target, throw it up there so that you kind of know where that level, where that high from Friday is. Not that I'm going to take a trade into it, but hey, it might align with the setups and other things later. We don't know. But what we're looking for is now fall back into that Globex session BUOP, which is down at the 30,415, 16 area. Target of a new high of the day. Up there, it's about 30,473. Risking 1-to-1, so yeah, 228 ticks is kind of wide, but it's well the risk for this trade. Nothing to do yet, be patient. Had a scalp in some of my evals, and I actually today in my live, I should take in all my lucid fundings. I tried to get a bunch of them. Afterwards, everybody not taking in, I tried to get in. 2 of them got the trade, the other 3 didn't, so it's okay. That and first bounce off the VWAP, we'll talk about that. I think I need to do a whole video and the whole thing on ForceSweep, the force push concept, which is like when you're below the VWAP, you reverse above, or above the VWAP and you reverse below, and you get a reaction off of it, and participation. In this case, it was in dial in there at least. You'll see significant volume down into the level, and then basically just like it hold, right? Your point of control, that was at like 30,400. You're into the VWAP, which is only 2 points below. You had, basically your two biggest candles, volume candles, since the initial push higher. So like you had negative CVD, but you had positive volume to the upside, like really good volume. But you had this like just, crap volume on that pullback. One attempt on a volume push into it and it just failed, right? I didn't get in here. I got in about here as we started to come back up above that point of control. And we started to, then reverse. And then volume came in and took us all the way back basically up to highs. Ended up getting stopped on my scalp somewhere around 24, I think, or something like that. So wasn't quite a little bit more than 10 ticks, or 10 points, but it was a trade that I could have been done with the day on, though. If I managed it a little bit more. I don't know. I can't take a bite with that. That risk management, that was so the trade. 9 times out of 10, I probably would have done it the same bar. For 23 ticks, my entry here up to that 17.4, or maybe just 17.5, because I know it's going to be there eventually, soon enough here. I made an opening range break higher. We've got the anchored session VWAP, as well as the anchored low VWAP coming in around the same level. Market's kind of flagging up here against highs of the day. Looks like it wants to push a little higher, dragging the VWAP up. I mean, one of the better things I could see it do is now push a little bit higher. Drag the VWAP up to the line with the 10-minute opening range high, and then, they pull back together. And then give me a nice, 160, 200 point, or gives me a little higher confidence, right? Or this whole resistance support plus the VWAP all hit together. You get confluence. So you need to switch to green and bullish again. Yes, it's the attempt at breaking down in the opening. After the gap up, filled the gap and bounced. See what happens. We wait. We drink our wine. We might go make a Moscow Mule. You have me wanting to go grab a drink. I haven't been drinking for the last 9 months, or not that I drink a lot, but as a millennial, we're liquid inside. I don't have hollow legs, but jokes aside there, my wife's pregnant and we're into the last home stretch, last couple weeks, and man, 2 kids we're gonna have 3 under 4 here. It's gonna be, 3 under 5, I should say, because one of them's full and change. Yeah. But with your little Bugatti Devo, yeah. Oh, I gotta fix that for you, I see. Let me glue it back on. I got the glue right here. Yeah, you ripped off the tail. It's got a little bottle Bugatti that you ripped the tail off of. Of course you did. Oh, this is live. Well, how does this... The dumbest stuff I've ever seen. Oh, second bud, 1 sec. One second, Carolyn. Let me put these weights on that, so it needs to hold it down, actually. Thank you. I can't break out of that high of the day so far. I mean, all we do is trail up all we do is start trailing up our entry. Our entry point. 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 all we knew is they're trailing up that entry. These two are so close, right? I know I'm gonna end up doing it. I wouldn't put my entry at 420. Because by the time you found there, or isn't it that anyway? Down to 212 6 wide. So, that's it's almost a 3-hour trade, so, trade accordingly. Use appropriate levels for stops and, or not stops, I mean, appropriate size. Like maybe that means you cut your size in a third. I'm just kind of smart things to do. You guys can't hear me now, right? Yeah, I muted myself so you can't hear me talking to my toddler screaming at me. With this resistant. Oh, the batteries, the battery. But I mean, entries are in. Nothing to do but sit back, enjoy yourself, wait for us to pull back into this level, watch it go higher without us. But I definitely think, oh good, if you can hear me and not the kid, because he is talking right in the background. Ooh, yeah, that's a padlock. The entry's gotta kinda come up here. It's gonna be at least 21 by the time I get there, huh? Down to like a 200 tick wide trade, so okay. Yeah, it would be more reasonable in terms of, my 1R is like 80 ticks on a 1 mod of the NQ, so like if I make $400 a day on an account, that's a genuinely a good day. I mean, here's the math on that, right? Like $400 a day times 250 trading days a year, that's $100,000 per account is the idea. Okay. Cut off 25% of that, right? 75,000. That cuts the drawdowns and losses and all that stuff. If you rate 75% of the time, if you're that lucky. But yeah, it's $75,000 per account, right? I mean, you don't need that many accounts, so okay. Here's a new high of the day. I'm kind of continuing to expect this. Because it's going to draw that view up towards the high of the day, the old ORB, which is a good confluence, like when they align there, get the pullback, and then I think we go and take up the highs of Friday. Hopefully this will just go and do that without us right here, which I'm not going to lie, if it does that, I'll probably call the stream early tonight and just go enjoy a summer evening, because frankly, it'll be like a 400 or 500 tick trade, and I'd rather just come back tomorrow and during the nicest session, which I'm going to be streaming anyway, and get my fill there. I also arguably took a scalp already, and I'm up like just over half an hour on $260 in most of the accounts, so $75 in the live account. Oh my god, I need to turn down a drone 1 second, guys.
empty hearts and neon lights. They're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight.
Alright, well, with that new high of the day, we want me minorly adjust the whole trade setup in general. The session VWAP for the Globex session and the anchored VWAP from below the air on top of each other, so I'm not splitting hairs between them. I'm going to go with my normal trade. Currently looking for an entry in a 2-tick front run of the Globex session VWAP, which is about, for me, wow, so 220 tick trade again. This is at 30,424 at this time. Wow, I had just looked at Ruffle Kanto and realized a few of my accounts were turned on. So fix that immediately.
Get me out of broken hearts and starting fights. Turning truth to lies. Gotta get up, stop waiting.
I really sort of started to mess around with Claude AI, and holy cow. In fact, I might get it going on something right now for me, which is create a ninja script for the VWAP. Not a whole setup, like a whole trade, but I'd like the VWAP on my screen, so I'm actually going to go and tell Claude to start working on that for me. Alright, so I'm about to just tell Claude, you're a professional programmer in the latest ninja script code. I need you to create a simple ninja script indicator for an anchored VWAP with settings capable of changing the hour of the day it's anchored to. Go, Claude, go. I recently, today, I actually created an MCP integration server to connect entirely to TradingView. I also created other 2 MCP servers for running my Outlook and some other stuff. When we create one shortly to every with Discord to help probably run a Discord and get a community set up. So I'm doing it, guys. We're vibe coding our way to a whole community. And ladies, I'll put some ladies in the chat. need to diversify this stuff. 47 seconds. I unfortunately today building out that trading view integration used up. It's like 43% of my current session, as well as 15% of my weekly session. Yeah, that was a big one. That was a lot that went into that. That was pretty thorough what I needed it to do. The first iteration of that trading view integration was to get it to be able to basically access everything, right? Data, my I can't think of my log or like access to full data, all the indicators, everything, right? And the second iteration is to be able to actually log in and run backtests. It had to be built to work with that trading view desktop, which is really cool because it all lived on my machine then. But it'll be able to interact and hopefully automate and run backtests for me. It built out a Python variation of the trading view backtester as well that'll live outside of trading view, so I'll be able to manipulate it a little bit more. Pretty cool. All right, my anchor VWAP is done. Let's see what it's like. There, where did you... There it is. Copy this ninja script anchored VWAP indicator for indicator 8. Let's just see what it looks like. Select all. Oh yeah, I do want you to add standard deviation bands. Yes, please add options for 3. Wow, yes, please add options for the first 3 standard deviation bands. That's pretty cool. My 5-hour limit, I've barely used any. Wow, it resets in an hour anyway, so I might as well burn through those tokens here. Although I do need my weekly allotment. Well, we're just waiting for that pullback into the VWAP. Not much to do, but wait. Day session and the anchored VWAPs are getting a little further from each other. Only 3 points, and one trades. I'm sure the other will as well. What my orders at 426 here, but it brings us down to 212 ticks wide. Still about a 3-hour trade, so 2.5 to 3 hours. So manage your risk and really the size accordingly. That push into the new high of the day. I did like seeing that the CBD is now more bullish than it was bearish at that point. Right, so the highest point here is a positive 427 on the day so far. But actually, no sir, cooking dinner. We're gonna do steak sandwiches in the Sith household tonight. I don't know if we're gonna still do that. My wife might be audibling to something else. Good idea. I added the 3 bands for VWAP. The correct statistics. It's the violated standard deviation, so I need one more cumulative term. Yeah. Done. Anchored VWAP stats, whatever. Okay. Where did you create it though? Oh, yeah, go and explore, right? Perfect. Here it is. Oh, it's making. Shoot, it made it in. That's all right. All right, let's see if I should have done this. Ninja script editor. See if it's as easy as copy and pasting here. It should, or I could probably just import it. Boing. So, why can't I type in this thing? Like, I just want to create a new Ninja script. So maybe I don't need the editor? I don't know, I've never... Yeah, so I'll close. I don't want to save anything. Not strategy builder. No, that's to backtest shit. Oh, that's it. Okay, I gotta hit the little plus button in the bottom. New indicator, right?
The world has been broke down. The world is just announced. Final time is now. The final time to bow. But I will not get down. For you can't force me now. Awakening is clear. I could show you how. I could show you how.
I'm eager to be what we will call this. Run bar close. Nice click. Yeah, I wanna. Compile it. Let's see. We're gonna add it now. Let's see. But God, I'm so bad with this. It's this button. There you go. I definitely don't see it there, so. So. Does anyone know how to do this? Like, how do I actually... If I actually add it to the chart now, do I have to restart Ninja? If I create a new Ninja code, does anyone know? When I've compiled it, it should run just fine. I'm assuming it doesn't show up here. Oh. It is here. Let's see. It didn't add the right chart, though. Oh, there you go. So I want this ad. You newly don't know what time it's going to want me to put in here. Go on, so. We're gonna try 1700. Oh, it is a 23 hour. Go for it, okay. That makes sense. Apply. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah. Alright, so VWAP, I want actually to be a solid. Oh, that's so cool. Look at me. Solid white line. Let's make it like with a 3. I like standard here. Cool. Okay, those others I'll turn off for now because I don't really need them. She's my standard deviation, Lawrence. Yeah, but with that, we are in business, folks. Okay. Yay. I can finally trade like a pro. Of course, I need to make sure it is, in fact, reading the same. Yeah, close enough. It does update on every tick here for me, so I can see how that's a little more aggressive than my other opportunities here. Now, the real question is, can I tell Ninja to attach an order to that indicator? I mean, I know I could definitely create a script to do it. But does Ninja allow you to 0 no? Well, that's pretty cool. Create my own anchored VWAP here while we are on stream. Vibe coding with quad. I mean, literally there's nothing you can do with that without that stuff. You should probably do the cover all your own order flow stuff too. That's gonna be our next job. Okay, I'm starting to realize that the world is my oyster here, right? Vibe coding's amazing. I was just asking if there was a way to. Jeremy was asking if there's a way to like save out, or how do you get your newly created Ninja script on the chart? But I just had to compile it. Mean reversion to the VWAP. Yeah, I mean there's a lot of stuff here I need to think about using and doing. Okay, still been at 28s. It's 428 for myself. It's basically a 200 ticks target with a 200 tick stop. I'm coming on down slowly, but I do anticipate that an entry filling here soon enough. I'm around. I'm gonna be cooking some dinner. See what happens. Oh, come on. Come on. Never make it easy, honesty. I mean, I don't hate them pushing up a little bit further and then trying to you up, like I said, at ORB. In these highs of the day, like aligning, that's the good support. I mean, what I hate is like they're kind of already holding that area as support. Right? Like, enough. But, man, with fucking market, I tell ya. Sometimes it's so predictable and you still just can't get a trade out of it. Whatever. Tomorrow's a day. If you don't get one tonight, tomorrow's always another day. Gonna go cook some dinner. I'm around. It's gonna be a bit since this pulled back, although maybe we'll get one of those Trump tweets or something. One of those Trump candles right down in. War's off. War's back on. I don't know. Yeah, actually, if anyone throw into the comments here, into the chat, if there's other stuff you want me to vibe code and look at, throw out there. I've got a lot. I've become completely full with Claude. I mean, I'm making servers running on my machine with it to do other things for me so I don't have to code more Claude. And use of my tokens, so like I've become very fluid with that. If there's ideas or anyone has out there that they want to try, take a look at, theories, indicators they love, I'm open to it. I'm all about learning and improving, and I mean, everything you see on the chart here is a culmination of many years of doing exactly what I still do. Oh, come on. I really wanted that pullback. And then Ben walked this level. What I am afraid of now is that it does go all the way up down another 100 points and take out this high without us. And then you got like a 200 point pullback. Type of night where you go down to micros, right? Let's check out that entry up here. I'm going to throw mine in at 30s just because, frankly, it's going to be up there by the time it trades. It's not like I'm not here. It's just, I am going to be cooking some dinner. Make myself a Moscow meal. I need to step away and actually do that instead of sitting here talking and watching paint dry.
Unknown Brain, Marvin Devine. I'm saying bye to all the lies and all the times you cried, saying that I wasn't right, yet I was right by your side. You manipulator, playing games, your friends commentators, and I don't know what you say about our private conversations, but it's got them hating. Thanks to all the rumors you be claiming. It's cool, I'm done with you, so they can throw you a celebration. You gon' hate it when you see me with somebody living better. I'm trying to tell you that me just doing me gon' have you jealous.
I know that I gotta stay away from all your games. Yeah, I know that I found somebody else to love me one day. You'll realize the grass ain't greener on the other side. No, you did me dirty for the last time, so now I gotta say goodbye. So now I gotta say goodbye.
Yeah, my life is lovely now, I'm focused on me. You said you were about to die, I guess the car is on E. But see, I ain't even tripping, cause I just chose to believe that somebody gon' come around and give me just what I need. I don't wanna see you frowning, see you looking down and out, coming to me crying, saying you miss having me around. Gave you chances and you blew it, you so easily influenced. All the times you told me beat it, now you gotta face the music. I'm saying
I know that I gotta stay away from all your games. Yeah, I know that I found somebody else to love me one day. You'll realize the grass ain't greener on the other side. No, you did me dirty for the last time, so now I gotta say goodbye. So now I gotta say goodbye.
like you, be strong to hold the powers of the sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one, only one. I was an ordinary boy until I broke the rules. My life destroyed. Life destroyed.
Actually quite tempted at buying a breakout of like this is around mine here, but too afraid it's gonna give you one of those pullbacks, you know, or just tagging straight down to the VWAP and I'm like, oh, I should have just waited for the VWAP. But it definitely looks like a bull flag that any other time of day, right, is like a take for me. The problem that I might just do it. Very tempting here. Alright. This is a totally side trade, and I'm going to be probably can't say it here. It doesn't just go. I'm going to give it a little more room too. If it gets below 60 here, I'm definitely not taking it anymore. Actually, should probably put my entry all the way up there at 78, 75, but I'm not going to let this one have any room whatsoever. Probably get a trail risk up on it and only risk half an hour on it, which is what I'm more or less up on the day already. Looks like the NQ went. Yeah, we're in for the stop at 68. Needs so I can get through this burst through the highs here really quickly. I'll make stops to break even here in a moment. Well, I see a push basically up above 80, stops to break even. Stops and then go to 81 and some change here. Well, 78 quarter, like might as well lock in a little something on the trade, even if it comes back on me. Therefore, my stops at 81. Even here, if we could push up to 85 one more time. Fine, stop at 80. All right, whatever. Quick scalp. It wasn't gonna go or not, but I'll take the. They got me out 78. 3 point scalp. That's stupid. Whatever. Money's money. Above $100 on the day on the live account. Nats went from 500 now up to just shy of 1,800. That's pretty good. Right, well, that's unfortunate. I was really hoping that would give me like a quick one and I could say, okay, that's it for the night. Please now come back to the view up. Don't make me wait around all night. Update that ForceSweep trade. $43. Put my entry 43. 30 for your, excuse me, 433.75. It looks like. Yeah, might as well move it up to 34. Yeah, but I mean, to be perfectly honest, I mean, this is doing exactly what I was hoping. Push up a little bit, and then, now the view op is aligned with that 10-minute opening range high and kind of this other level. Now, there's a big supportive area here, I think, between 30,430 to, or 30,447. They can be looking a little silly. I got bagged there, but whatever. Stop it right here and would have been alive, I suppose. But, not bad. I mean, there you go. That G up on the NG is all their 41s, or the micros. Micro somehow scoped out almost 5 points there. I don't know how that happened in the live account. Well, folks, we're gonna give this another half hour to an hour, see if it actually starts to pull back for us here soon. because I like the level. The setup looks good. Everything about today looks like a view up to take and a pullback. It's just really slow, kind of grinding open. Honestly, I'm hoping for like a little volatility, just bring it quickly down back into the level and then get a great bounce off that. You know, I would imagine a bounce from 30,430 here to 60s or 70s at least. But then I'll get all the way to highs. I mean, at that point, I'd probably scalp out. I'll be trying to stop up, right? All right, I gotta go check on dinner. But we got a ways for this pullback. I'm looking at 434 here. The bid. Opening range broke higher. CVD is positive. Tried taking a little bit of a breakout trade of this consolidation. Any other time of the day, that was a trade. And I got ticked out, basically. I should have just, I guess, got to stop a break even. It's the whole story, but this market hasn't blown out the top either, so I'm not feeling like I missed it. We'll see what happens. We're going to continue to watch for that pullback here into that VWAP. I'm actually kind of happy my MFFU why don't I just show you guys, right?
Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn.
Guess they're going to make this bigger. Yeah, hold on. That wasn't right. This way. Well, this will work. It's so bizarre. Hey, take this over here then. Cool. There. Yeah, so my MFFU accounts about to $1,800. Gotta get those. These are evals. I haven't done the rapid yet. This is my first time with them. Be great to be able to hit in 2 days, but like this is a good day overall on these plus 300. I'm not going to play my lucets. I'm a little mixed. I missed the trade on a couple of them. I guess I had such shitty fills. I was still down a couple bucks, but basically flat on the day on 2 of them. Up just over half an hour in one, up half an hour in the other, up a fourth of an hour in one. My live account though, that $500 starter account, man, up to 1,700. I'm proud about that. I might pull out the initial 500 here just to, that's free money, right? But I'm trading a 3 lot now in that, and I'm almost up to trading a 4 lot. Every $500 represents 1 micro. I'm allowing myself to trade in that account. So I'll be, give it to $5,000. I'm trading a mini, and then from there it's you know. Have a good one, Power Rock. I'm still anticipating that pullback here. We're probably going to take another half hour or so, but that's okay. It's kind of before the 8 p.m. I will really like giving these trades 2.5, 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours max to trade. All right, let's get rid of that. Counts. It takes up too much on the screen, but hearing generally it's all that is for my own ego. Well, there's a little bit of a pullback so far. Let's see if this continues. VWAP's down there now at like 35 basically, so I'm going to move up my entries to about 35.5. Oh, did it come right back up? Come on now. Come on now. New high of the day. Come on. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this one's not going to be. Well, at least it makes me feel better that my break-even stop on my breakout trade would have hit. But then there's like arguably another micro breakout there. You could have hopped it on for another 10 points. But this is not a day session, right? This microscope or scoping like that is not to be advised. It's going to pull this video up, all right, and up into that opening range high area, which that's fine. I talked about it earlier and all night how this is the preferred outcome on this push-up, so I don't think there's anything wrong with sticking to the plan still. Won't give her forever, and certainly if we take out that high from yesterday, that's it. If we get all the way up, okay, that's my liquidity target. That's where I think we're going. To go test is at 30,530 area. So I definitely don't want to be too overtly aggressive. Move my orders up here to 438. Keep trailing those orders up with that view up. Trade's opening up, though it's becoming a little bit wider again.
Inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities.
The anchor view up from the low of the day. That's the blue line. And then the Globex session due up that just anchors at the start of the Globex session is that white line on the chart. Hush. Alright, this is ripping away for the time being. I am going to continue making the dare I've been making. Hopefully it finds its high here shortly, otherwise we might not be looking for a trade for tonight.
Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body
Done quite wide, but you'll narrow up here rather quickly. That VWAP's going to climb real fast here. Yeah, it's up to 289. That's going to tighten up though, folks, as we, slowly trade on back down here over the next half hour or so, probably. That VWAP's going to come on up, probably be a little bit higher around the 460 area, which, geez, you could have been a buyer here. Why did we do that, Sith? No, what can you do? I mean, you just got to be patient with this. The VWAP prophecy below, I'm just going to take that off the chart. That's just getting in the this noise of this chart. It's this time, excuse me.
attention, devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I want to taste consumption, breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music.
That's where we're up at 44s, because I'm highly confident it's going to come up to there. Because I'm stepping away from the screen to go continue making some dinner.
Just wanna be carefree lately, yeah. Just kicking up daisies. Got one too many quarters in my pockets. Count 'em like the four-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah. Just tripping on daydreams. Got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and count sheep.
Hold me close till I get up.
the chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on Touchdown to Heathrow, DP and me, bro. About to hit the club and turn the shoot to a freak show. Look through the peephole, everybody geeks, yo. Need to get girl with an extremely deep. See six midgets that be fighting, juggling. Maybe it's just me, 'cause my mind is struggling. Babes, boyfriend is acting like a clown. You know what's going down every time that we in town. Take a look through the peephole, yo. Everybody's getting geek, bro. Stop the hate and let them neeks know that we turn the club into a freak show. Turn the club to a freak show. Turn the club to a freak show. Turn the club, yeah, we turn the club to a freak show.
Well, kind of looks like here comes the pullback, folks. Opening range obviously broke higher. We have some consolidation above the opening range and burst towards the highs of Friday. We've since been rejected ahead of that, which, okay, I think we'll pull back into the VWAP, and then a targeting of that high isn't out of the question here. I guess at the end of the day, kind of hope it pulls back nicely, but it might be a very dramatic pullback that I don't know, I'm not so confident it's going to without taking out that high first. So if we do push up there, I'm going to call the stream. This has just gotten too big. We're pushing to an evening outside the bounds of the trade that I'm generally looking for. Right? I was a little scalp out. I'm feeling like I wish I would have been able to hold on to that breakout. That could have made my day right there, right? Or even, you know, the original setup that I had taken off of the BORF initially, which was a forced push, which is, again, this idea that we're going to cover more in this room. It's so tempted to buy the breakout of this trend line here. Nah, because here it goes. You know. Oh well. This is just a very bullish night. I mean, I wouldn't want to be a seller, put it that way. Yeah. Well, that would have been an easy 10 points, but that's okay. And that would have actually put me over. I mean, I'm sitting good on the day. I'm green on all the two lucid accounts, which I'm under your money underwater. So I think we'll just be coming back tomorrow morning for the nicey session at this point. That doesn't mean a trade couldn't happen here, but this has gotten so big and so far gone, and the market's not pulling back, and I'm not going to sit around for another half hour or another hour for it to do so. And by the way, if it does, it's will look like a nasty reversal too, and might have failed auction into that high. So, come back tomorrow. Nice session is a new session. And we will see what the rest of tonight brings, but no trade for me in terms of the Globex or ForceSweep. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I know it was a quiet night, but wasn't much to discuss. We were up and away. Lots of breakout, flags to take there. See what happens on Monday. Yeah, and I think generally here, like that high of Friday was just a target, and we talked about that this whole stream. But yeah, what can you do? It's just hard to get in, knowing the setup we want to take. I am going to be talking more about other trades during this period, but I try not to overtrade the Asia because it's a time where you can get chopped up bad. I'm happy with, again, where I finished out my night so far. Was able to scalp out a few extra pennies everywhere. I'll work on my Lucid accounts tomorrow, and that few maybe trying to get to pass. I don't know if I'll trade my live account again today, because $100 a day that's darn good on a less than $2,000 account. And again, $100 a day, in just a couple of weeks. Well, $100 a day for these next few days while I'm trading a free lot, and then it'll be $200 when I size up again, right? So, or soon here. So I'll be up to that $5,000 to trade a mini pretty soon. And at that point, then the game's really on. My goals ended. I don't know how I'm going to handle sweeping profits out, because I usually don't leave a lot of money in my futures accounts, because it just doesn't make sense to. You only eat what's in there for your margin, and plus, you day trade allotment, right? So, which right now, $1,700 in there, almost $1,800 is more than I need to do what I can do. But the whole purpose was to kind of show everybody that get yourself to a payout. You can afford to put $500 into a brokerage account, trade one micro, use the ForceSweep, use other edges to just grow that account slowly. And then before you know it, a week or two's time, you've got a decent little features account that, quite frankly, $2,000 in a live account is no different than a $50,000 account at any firm. And it's kind of what I'm going to be bringing to the table for everybody, or really talking about, is that you only have $2,000 to draw down, so it's no different than like a $2,000 to $2,500 account. Basically, $2,000 over the margin required for you to trade. That's all you get, and all you get to lose. So, you can definitely grow a live account to that point where it's basically another one of your 50,000. I mean, I've yet to see a deal from a going live deal from any firm that is better than that, or that does that. So, that was looking like the market's about to take out the highs from Friday. We'll be back with you all tomorrow. Remember, trading futures involves risk. It is not simple for everyone. Everything you saw and see here today was just my opinion and not direct trading advice. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast, or to the channel, I should say, to not miss a beat. Appreciate those likes, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow for the nicey session. Everyone.